I forgot. ¿Ves? Yo soy un desastre, chicos. Necesito un asistente. Claro, I need an assistant. I can't think of the photograph, of the lights, of the microphone, of the computer. When I went to the profesorado, I studied phonetics and I studied grammar and I studied linguistics, but I didn't study technology. They should have taught me technology, but there was no technology at that time. No. I'm old. Yes, but you know, young people that are attending classes at the profesorado nowadays, they tell me that they have very little training in technology. At the profesorado, there is, they were all surprised when they had to start Zooming their classes. They didn't even know, teachers, how the heck they had to go about it, and they didn't know how to Zoom. So we are behind with technology. All teachers should do more. We should work on technology because we are very poor in technology. Okay, so the 3 nasal consonants. Do you think you can give me examples of the 3 nasal consonants? The bilabial one is mm. The alveolar one is lips closed. And the velar one at the back, mouth open. Diego, your examples.
Make. Nothing.
Nothing.
Have both. At the beginning and at the end.
Nothing. Diego tries to save. He tries to save energy.
Okay.
You are rather stingy. You are rather stingy. Give me a third example.
Ankle.
Which one?
Ankle.
And very good. The two. One is my mother's brother. That's my.
But I said the one on my ankle.
That's right. That's why. And both have the velar sound.
And the uncle.
My mother's brother is my
uncle.
And the part of my foot is my
ankle.
Ankle. I'm sorry that I can't show you my ankle, but it is swollen. Because after spending so many hours sitting here in front of this screen, my ankles nowadays, they are swollen, you know, and I'm going to consult my doctor. This is terrible. So I'm going to start, I'm going to go out for a walk because
between classes you have to walk a little bit.
Yeah, it's important to walk. Yes. Sometimes I spend 6-8 hours in front of this machine because I have to give classes. Today I started at 4:30 in the afternoon, and sometimes I start earlier and I have classes. So all day here I'm sitting and my ankle swells. It is swollen. Okay, so ankle and ankle. The part of my foot is my ankle. Good. Your examples were very good. Sergio, your examples.
Miracle.
Yep.
Net. Good. And angle, like 90 degrees angle.
Yeah, very good. A 90 degrees angle. Very good. Excellent. Yes. Clarita, your examples.
Master.
Very good. Master.
Notorious. Think.
Good.
Sink in water.
Very good. Sing. Yes. The boat may sing.
That's
Good. Yes. Anita, your examples?
More.
Which one?
More.
More.
More. Turn.
Ton. Good.
Turn. King.
King. Very good. King. The king. Excellent. Avi, have you given me your examples?
Member
Member.
and nose
Nose.
and triangle.
Triangle. Very good.
Triangle.
Triangle. Fíjate cómo se va para
Yeah.
try estás
Triangle.
Este es impresionante. ¿Cómo se va para atrás? Triangle. Y el aire termina saliendo por la nariz. Triangle. Very good. Mickey, your examples?
Mum,
Good.
native,
Native.
and nothing.
Nothing. Very good. The native is going to be happy when you tell him the word native as an example. They don't understand why we call them natives, because for them, natives is an Indian. And they say, are we supposed to be called like that? Sometimes they ask me, sometimes when they come from England and they don't know that we call them natives, they ask me, Pat, is it really necessary to use that word? They don't like it. And I explain to them that from the point of view of methodology and linguistics, they are called native speakers. Ah, they say, I understand. If you put the word speaker, native speaker, they understand why we call them natives. But when we say natives, they believe that we are thinking of them as Indians. This is something that they have asked me. Okay, let's go on with the, no. Characteristics of nasal consonants. Can you read these characteristics so that you remember them by heart? It's not even necessary to study. Anna, can you read this? Nasal consonants.
The basic characteristic of nasal consonants
Yeah.
is that they are.
Ahí me estás mispronouncing the word cat. Characteristic. Characteristic. A ver, the basic characteristic.
The basic characteristic.
Oh, very good. Can you hear the difference?
Yes.
Do you notice it?
Yeah, I don't think about it and I read. When I think about it, I do it. Like
Okay, do it. Go on.
hard. Okay. The basic characteristic of nasal consonants is that the air escapes through the nose.
Go on.
The soft palate is lowered. The air cannot pass through the mouth. It is prevented by complete closure in the mouth at some point. The three types of closure are bilabial, alveolar, velar.
Cuando me decís velar, me estás haciendo no.
Velar,
right.
velar.
Why is the soft palate important here? The soft palate can close the opening between the throat and the nasal passages. Unlike the hard palate, the soft palate can move. It consists of muscles covered by a mucous membrane and can close off the nasal passages from the mouth by retracting and elevating. This action is used during swallowing and during sneezing to prevent nasal discharge from entering the mouth. So when you swallow and when you sneeze, you are lowering the palate. The soft palate moves when someone sneezes. The raising action of the velum is also used in speech to create nasal sounds, such as the English m and n. The soft palate is also important in speech sounds made by raising the tongue body to meet the soft palate. These sounds, known as velars, include English k and g. I try to explain it to you in simpler English, but as you probably noticed, if you read this from a phonetics book, from Gimson, for example, Gimson is here. Gimson's pronunciation of English. If you read the theory books, the explanations are more difficult. It's difficult to say all this, and you have to study by heart. Well, but the way I explain it is simple. It is something that you can even reason out. You can reason it out. It is not necessary to remember all these difficult words, okay? Miren lo complicado que es. Bueno, nosotros teníamos que estudiar todo esto. Esto lo teníamos que explicar en el profesorado. ¿Se dan cuenta por qué es tan difícil aprobar esa materia en el profesorado? Hay que explicar. The middle turbinate, the inferior turbinate, the adenoid, the soft palate, the tonsil, the lingual tonsil, the epiglottis, the vocal cords, the esophagus, the trachea, the thyroid cartilage, the hyoid bone, the mandible, the genioglossus muscle, and the tongue. A nosotros, ¿qué nos importa de toda la anatomía humana? Nos importa the tongue, because the tongue will make all the stops in the mouth to produce the plosives, the affricates, and the fricatives. The tongue will go up, will go down, will move forward, and will move backwards, okay? Nos interesa, ¿qué más? Vocal cords, porque estas van a determinar si el sonido es voiced o voiceless. Nos interesa soft palate, porque nos va a determinar. Miren, por ejemplo, acá está lowered. Lowered. Pero yo esto lo puedo llevar acá arriba. Si lo llevo acá arriba, tengo oral sound. Si lo bajo, tengo nasal sound. Y nada más. What else? I don't want you to be teachers of anatomy, right? This is something that probably a doctor has to study in England. A doctor has to know what the genioglossus muscle is all about. And what happens if this is not working properly. Or what happens with the mandible. The mandible is the jaw. We call it jaw. My jaw, okay? No, this one, this part, the jaw. The jaw is what you see in the skull of Shakespeare, when Shakespeare puts the skull on his hand and he says to be or not to be. That is the skull. Okay? Bueno, este es el huesito que si te lo tocan, te matan. Este huesito es el que investigan todos los forenses, los médicos forenses, para ver si la persona ha sido estrangulada. El ioides, en español es el ioides. Si la persona que murió, si the dead person, this part of the bone is broken, what does that mean? That the person has been strangled. Okay? So this is very important for forensics, for coroners. How do you say médico forense in English? Coroner. For the coroner or for the practitioner or for the forensics, this bone, this is a bone and it's very important. But for us who study phonetics, this is really not important because it doesn't matter. We think that our hyoid bone is perfect. Your hyoid bone at this moment is perfect. Otherwise, you wouldn't be breathing. Okay? And the trachea and the esophagus is for the food. It's for food. This is another channel. Mira, este es un canal y este es otro canal. Este es un canal. The vocal cords, acá están. The vocal cords. Pero food has nothing to do with this channel. Food goes along this channel. When you swallow food and you bite and you chew it, you chew food here. What does food do when food has been prepared for you to swallow? What does food do? Food goes here. You understand? It has nothing to do with the vocal cords. The vocal cords are always protected. Además, chicos, fíjense qué genio que es Dios, porque nos puso las vocal cords en el lugarcito más protegido de toda la windpipe. A esto se le llama windpipe, que acá no está la palabra, no sé por qué no la pusieron windpipe. The windpipe, this is the windpipe. Bueno, fíjense, ¿cuál es el lugar más protegido? Acá. And this is where the vocal cords are. Isn't it great? It's absolutely great. Well, let's go to the sounds. Bueno, y acá ni te cuento. Tenéis toda la terminología. Después ustedes esto léanlo para...
Hasta los dientes.
Sí, pero ¿saben para qué es útil esto? Cuando estudian los doctores. ¿Vieron que a veces nos tocan alumnos que son doctors? They love it. If you show this to them, they will love you as a teacher. They will think that you know a lot. And I don't know anything about medicine. I know nothing, okay? Nothing. But well, I have the drawing. Esto es lo que nos interesa a nosotros. Miren, acá. Soft palate. Uvula. Acá está la parte alveolar. Esto es alveolar. Esto es teeth ridge. Teeth ridge. Teeth ridge. Y la parte de atrás de todo, el bone, lo que es óseo, bone, se llama hard palate. Acá está, hard palate. Si yo pudiera resaltar, Diego, do you know how I can underline in this image or do something with this image?
No, not really.
Ver la imagen. ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? Yo quiero subrayar hard palate, soft palate.
I don't think so, no.
I don't think you can, Pat.
¿Viste? Some people say that you can, but I don't know how to do it. Bueno, okay. I send it to you and you do it. You are young people. You are the young ones. Okay? The soft palate, also called the muscular palate or velum, is the portion of the roof of the mouth behind the hard palate. Okay, let's go to example. You know who gave me this? This was given to me by Nikki Foster. Nikki Foster is a teacher of phonetics in California. She lives in California and she teaches English phonetics to students. And she sent us, many years ago, she sent us these notes, and I have taken permission from her. Her name is Nikki Foster. You can contact her if you ever want to talk to her. She's teaching at the University of California. Well, examples. Read, Diego, please.
Thinking England incredible.
Incredible. Muy fuerte ese incredible, incredible. A ver.
Incredible.
Ahí está. Suena más inglés si vos decís incredible que si vos decís incredible. Incredible.
Incredible.
It sounds better English. Words containing the phoneme velar nasal. Can you read these words, Mika, please?
Thing.
No.
Thinking.
Empezá por young.
Sorry. The image was young. Something.
Very good.
During.
Yeah.
Think. Nothing. Anything. Thing. Long. Among.
Haceme acá. Number 10. Among.
Among.
Ahí. Es number 10. Esto es number 10.
Okay.
Okay? Perfect. Well, okay, let's begin practicing. How horrible this picture, isn't it? It's horrible. I tried to include pictures today to make this more interesting because phonetics is so dry, such a dry subject. I don't know how you like it. Oh, I don't know why you like it so much because in fact, it is so dry, so boring. Well, okay. Can you read one each? Spare me of having to say your names, each of you. Can you see one another on the screen or do you just see me?
No, we see one another, yes.
Okay. Well, if you see one another, then take it in turns, okay? You begin, Anita, you begin.
What is that noise? Is it there?
I think
What
it's
happened?
here in my house.
Okay, sorry. Mouse.
Sergio, do you have a rock band with you?
I don't know. I think it's the neighbors.
Your neighbor. Oh my God. Ahí se calmaron, ahí se calmaron.
Yes.
Ana, begin.
Mouse. Everything? Mice.
Mice.
Sorry, forgot.
Mice. Good. Mice is the plural of mouse, okay?
Mhm.
M-I-C-E, mice, for example. These are mice. Go on, Clara.
Geese.
Go on.
Nose.
Nose, very good. Sergio?
Miserable.
Very good. Medial position. Medial position. Mika. Micaela, are you there? Me parece que Mika, I can't see her. Diego?
Mountain.
Mountain, very good. Ana?
Minutes.
Minutes. Muy cortita es ahí. Haceme cortita porque es number 2. Minutes.
Minutes.
Minutes. Very good.
Mole.
Mole. Mole is an animal. It's the animal that is almost blind. This animal is almost blind and it lives in holes in the earth. El topo, right?
Okay.
Mole. Look at the big nails it has, big nails. But can you see that it has no eyes? No eyes. Poor mole. It's terrible. But he doesn't.
Horrible.
No, he doesn't need his eyes because he lives in the earth. He never gets on the surface because the sun would kill him. They live in caves. They live in caves, moles, yes. And mole is also this. Can you see my mole?
Ah, yes, lunar.
My mole. Can you see it?
Okay. Yes.
I have a lot of moles. And I have new moles, which worries me because new moles, when they appear, they may be cancer. So I am a bit worried, but well, if it's not coronavirus, it's cancer and it must be something, right? So something is going to fall on my head and destroy me. Or I am going to live to be 100.
You have to visit your skin doctor.
Yeah, my skin, I have to go to a skin doctor because I have a lot of new moles. Okay, go on.
Manipulate.
Manipulate, manipulate. Very good.
Movement.
Movement is long U, movement. Anna, sorry, Abby.
No.
Abby out, I'm sorry, Abby. Go on, Abby, take the four.
Okay, no problem. None, nothing, might, smoke, noon.
Noon. Noon is with long U. Noon, long U. Very good. Mika, are you there? I can't see everybody. Okay, go on, Avi.
Number,
Number.
null,
Null is N-U-L-L. It's,
N-U-L-A.
yeah, something.
Okay.
Anna,
Nest.
yeah. Clarita,
Innate.
innate. Yes, for example, the ability to speak is innate to man. It's an innate ability. Okay, we are all born with it. The ability to speak. Go on, Diego.
Annoy.
Very good. Go on, Diego.
Funny. Renovate.
Yes.
Remember.
I'm going to renovate my living room. I'm going to call in some decorators, some builders and decorators to renovate my living room. Go on, Clara, please.
Remember.
Yep.
Sinner.
Sinner.
Anal. Family. Summarize.
What's a sinner?
A person who commits sins.
Very good. A person who sins. If you break God's law, you are a sinner. Okay? I tell lies, so I'm a sinner. Everybody's a sinner. We are all sinners. Yes. Abby?
Which one? Because Clara
This one.
summarized.
Summarize. Very good. Summarize. Delicious. At this time, what is this?
Sinner.
Thinner. What
Simmering.
is this?
Broth, el caldo, the broth is simmering in the pan. Simmering. Not exactly boiling, not exactly, because when it boils, it evaporates. But simmering is when it starts to boil. Good. Clara,
Thunder. Thunder.
thunder. Bueno, fíjense qué interesante. Yo tengo la N delante de D. Acá no tengo velar. No tengo porque D, porque esta D es alveolar. Entonces yo a la lengua la tengo acá, alveolar, no tengo velar. Si esto fuera K, then I would have the velar nasal. I would have thunder, okay? Pero es thunder. Next, Diego.
Plunder.
Plunder. Very good. The politicians have plundered the country. Oh, terrible. Go on.
Me.
Yes.
Monument.
Monument. Very good. And final collocations. These are all examples of final collocations. Abby, read the final ones.
Solemn, sign, plum, jam, rain, align.
Bueno, fíjate que en ninguno de estos casos vos bajaste el paladar. No. O bajaste del lower jaw. No. Vos decís plum, está perfecto. Jam, rain, rain, con los labios acá arriba, rain, ok, y align. Ahí no va la velar. You don't use the velar here, okay? Okay. Ah, look at this one. Damn. What is the difference between damn and dumb? Diego, you are a good teacher. Come on, explain.
Dumb. Dumb is somebody who cannot listen. No.
Speak.
Who cannot speak.
Right. He's
And
dumb.
the dam is what prevents water from flowing freely.
Yeah, and when it flows, it generates electricity. Yes. Because here you have a turbine. A turbine. Cada uno de estos es un motor. So when the water passes through, it moves the turbine, and the turbine creates electricity. Okay? Dam. And this one?
Tram.
Tram.
Dam. Very good. And?
Yam.
M.
Sun.
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 Tomb.
Tomb.
Another word for tomb?
Grave.
Grave.
Very good. Eso me pasa por tenerlos a ustedes de alumnos. ¿Ves? Es un placer. Very good students. Very good. A tomb. Dim. Go on.
Commit.
Commit. Fíjense, es con schwa. Commit. No es commit. Commit a crime, como dicen los chicos. No, no es. No es co, es k. Commit. Commit a crime.
Glimpse.
Bueno, y acá les puse ejemplos de consonant clusters. Estos son clusters. Harmed, o sea, cuando se junta con otra consonante. Harmed, the past tense of the verb harm. Nymph.
Nymph.
Prism. And how do you say prism? And prism.
Very good question. Very good question. Cambiale la N. Prism.
Prism.
Claro.
And prism.
Una cosa es prism y otra prison.
Okay.
Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth. Ya se me fue el maquillaje, chicos. Ya. No tengo más el lipstick. Miren. Prism y prison. Una cosa es prism y otra prison. And the last one?
Warm.
Warmth.
Warm.
Warm. Very good. Well, okay, we have discovered the nasal consonants. Now, of course, it is up to you to bring more examples. Do you think you can think of examples for next class? You bring your examples, because so far I have been giving you examples, and by now you are very good at phonetics and you can produce your own examples. So next time you bring your examples, okay? And there will be a dictation. You will dictate to your mates. Do you think you can do that?
Okay.
Yes. Ah, con la transcription esa que había de tareas, había que mandártela,
Yes.
la que había que poner en phonetic.
Yes, yes, send it and I will correct.
Okay.
Well,
Está, okay.
see you next Thursday. It's been a pleasure.
See
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Sergio, bye, Clara. Sergio, I forgot
Bye-bye.
all about you. Ahora me doy cuenta, lo que pasa es que no los tengo en la pantalla.
Sí, cuando compartís pantalla no los ves a todos. Imagínate yo que tengo 33,
Y Sergio toda la clase.
tengo 33 y a veces empiezan, señor, digo, ¿quién me está llamando?
Claro, no sé.
Bueno, ok. See you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow then. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Till tomorrow, Clara.